Hey there guys, welcome to my video today, and we're going to be talking and and reviewing and specs on the uh, China-made one-ton mini excavators. So, being I'm coming from the other side of it, of the construction world, I have over 20 years plus of running heavy equipment, and I like my small machines for doing many different projects. I've decided to get into the rental space of equipment and also operating these little small excavators as a side business, which I have for many years in the past. So I just want to talk a little bit about them. I've decided to brand my own machines. They're going to be called MataDor, and I've actually paid a little bit extra to get the machines built a little bit more heavy duty than what's being sold. Um, Many features my machines have, they're going to be, they're really going to be built for taking abuse, and that's the main thing. So, um, they're just great little pieces of machinery for contractors, people who have homesteads, small farms, small orchards, um, hobby farm, people who have, you know, just different applications, right? Contractors of many different sorts, and and also for the weekend warrior who wants to build um, trails for his ATV. So, and then they have way more things, and also they have way more applications as well too. There is You can put all sorts of different attachments on these machines. There's many different things you can put on them, and the machines come pre-plumbed for auxiliary hydraulics. And I also offer a couple of attachments you can put on the machines. Of course, everything has a cost to it. Nothing's for free. I mean, you're getting a hell of a deal anyway on the machine itself compared to most name brand machines are very expensive, as you guys do know. A couple of safety features on my machines are the hydraulic lockout and the roll bar on the back of the machine. As you see on most machines, that you have a full canopy, a full roll bar. Mine's not going to have that. Mine's have a roll bar on the back of the machine, very similar to Kubota. It has a collapsible roll bar where the roll bar will be able to uh, uh, be collapsible so it can fit into tight areas or low areas for that matter, under trees and such, and that's where my machine's going to be way more versatile than other ones that are on the market. So we're going to show you some specs on the machine here. There's just lots and lots of material on YouTube about it, and you guys can research that for yourself. But I mean, if you're looking for a good machine, that's going to be going to do everything you want. The little 1-ton, 1,000 kilogram machine is the best way to go if you're interested in the excavating side. If you're interested in mini excavating projects and such, or doing your own projects on your own property. So anyways, we'll go through the specs here. So for your most basic machine, if you're going to be renting a machine from me or buying this machine from me, now I want to talk a little bit about this machine. Now, this is the 1-ton, and you can spec out this machine as much as you want. But at the end of the day, it still is a 1,000 kilogram machine, and it is a mini excavator, and it's going to do everything you want. And people can say all sorts of different things about the mini excavators from China, but the thing is, the Chinese mini excavators are, they have, like, they're pretty advanced for their time, and they're getting better and better all the time. And you know, the us as operators or salesmen or whoever in the industry can you know, report back to the manufacturers and tell them what we want on our machines to make them that much better for people who are interested in buying or renting these machines to generate a profit and income. Now, they're a very good piece of machinery for generating income. If you want to get into that space, you provide income for your families and such, or buying them and starting a little excavating business, and you know, we go, just generating income is the main goal here. So we're going to be talking about the specs on this machine. Whether I'll be able to read my screen or not, I don't know, but we're going to go through the specs in high detail. So that way you guys can see exactly what the machine is. I'm trying to give you guys the best possible view here of the machine. I'm not hiding anything, and you guys can see exactly what the machine is, and you determine for yourself if this is a machine for you. The machines, I'm going to be pricing them at the right price point, a very competitive, if not a little bit cheaper than name brand, or actually a lot cheaper than name brand machines. And I'm just bringing you guys a good machine that's going to probably outlast you, or you know, just the machines are just going to keep on going, right? So no fuss, no muss kind of deal here. So the specs on this machine. So as you guys know, this is a 1,000 kilogram machine, which transfers over to 2,000 pounds. The bucket capacity on this machine is 140 kilograms. It's quite a bit. Your bucket width, your standard bucket width, is 380 millimeters. The buckets will vary in their width depending on what the customer wants. You have a Briggs & Stratton gasoline engine, which puts out 14 horsepower. Very good engine. Briggs & Stratton has a good following, and they're literally bulletproof engines. Mind you, you have to check your oil and gasoline every day on it to make sure, and you have to do a little pre-trip of your machine to make sure everything is tickety-boo. The swing motor, the travel motor, like the swing motor on the machine, and the final drives, they're pretty much generic brands. If you ever have a problem with it, you can just give me a call or visit or come to my store, and I can help you get the parts and pieces for your machine. If you were to buy a machine from me or rent it, of course renting, I would have the parts and pieces available to repair the machine. And that's one of the things about when you're buying, if you're going to be a dealer or an operator, good to have spare parts for your machine. That way, if you have a breakdown, you can fix it and you're back on the way again. And that's the nice thing too about having the gasoline engine, the Briggs & Stratton 14 horsepower engine. You can go to your Harbor Freight, Princess Auto, Tractor Supply, buy a motor for it, do a re-and-re, motor in, motor out, and then keep on going on your, basically pull the motor out and you stick a new motor in within a day, and you're back on your project. That's the nice thing about it. The really nice thing about the gasoline engines, and that's one thing I'm really gonna push going forward. I like to have gasoline engines in my machines. That way, diesel can be a huge pain in the ass if you don't know what the hell you're doing. But gasoline engines are very durable, you get lots of horsepower, and you know, if your gasoline runs out, well, you just put more gas in and go. You don't have to worry about bleeding it. So there's many pros and cons, but going forward, I'm going to be trying to bring in machinery that has gasoline engines only. So, just food for thought, right? I'm just being a little bit different in my market. So, our main dimensions on this machine, the overall dimensions. Now this is millimeters. We can convert that in the description, transfer millimeters to inches, and you'll have to see that. Overall dimensions, the length is 2,770. The width is 1,100, and the height is 1,490 millimeters. Wheelbase is 910 millimeters. Total length of track is 1,230 millimeters. Platform ground clearance is 380 millimeters. Chassis width is 896 millimeters. Track width is 180 millimeters. Chassis ground clearance 132 millimeters. Track height 320 millimeters. Now the meat and potatoes of the machine. Your max digging depth is 1,650. Now this digging depth may be increased by the attachments you have on your stick, on your digging stick. If you have a quick attach or a long bucket and such, or what have you, your digging depth will be increased that way, or shortened. Your max vertical digging depth is 1,375 millimeters. Max digging height is 2,610 millimeters. Your max dumping height is 1,850. Max digging radius on ground is 2,850 millimeters. Max upgrade height of bulldozer blade is 345 millimeters, and your digging depth of the dozer blade is 255 millimeters. Now, people may or may not know this, but a mini excavator blade on it is you can use it for use the machine for using as a dozer too, for pushing dirt, for leveling ground out and such. Maybe you didn't know that. A lot of people who operate excavators don't know how to use a blade on a machine. People think, oh, it's a stability thing. Well, my machines are actually have a cutting edge on the blade, which make the machine more versatile. The blade can be used on the front not only for stability but also for leveling ground. So if you have a big pile of dirt, you push it. If you have a trench, you basically push that dirt back into the trench and level it off, smooth it off, and then everything's all done and looking pretty. So the front blade has more uses than what you think. And if you have any questions about the front blade on these machines, there is lots of stuff about them. Using a mini excavator as a bulldozer, grader and such. There's lots of material like that on YouTube. So a very versatile little piece of machinery. More than you have ever expected, for that matter. Some of the options that my machines will have compared to other Chinese machines is my machines will have guards in the places that the guards have to be in. Take for instance the blade cylinder. Okay, this machine out of the box does not come with the guards on it. Some do, some don't. And my machines will have get a pointer here. My machines will have the a guard over the complete cylinder, so you protect the lines. The hydraulic lines are protected. Full grease fittings on all points of removing part on the machine, accessible and easy reach. Heavy duty blade brackets and such, and you know, you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck with my excavators. My excavators will come with side swing, boom swing. They come standard. That's the way the excavators come now. They come standard with boom swing. The days are gone where they come solid mount. The mini excavator, because the mini excavator nowadays is being used for a lot more different projects, and we want to get nice and close to walls and other places, and we need to get our radiuses and places where we're excavating, if it's in buildings or outside buildings, underneath structures and such, we're trying to get, you know, be really tight and get this machine doing the best it can do, right? So by having a swing boom, it gives you way more options as opposed to a solid boom machine. Now there's other attachments you can get to make this machine basically the Swiss Army knife of machines, but those attachments do cost money. And going forward, the other thing I want to say is, if you pay a little bit extra, you can get the main pin here. The main pin that goes for the swing is solid pin, top to bottom solid pin. Some have 2 pins, which are weaker ones. You want a solid pin in here, you pay a little bit extra, and this boom will give you no trouble for many years, providing you grease it. So anyways, that's all I have to say about the mini excavator and such. I have to do some editing here to make things everything look proper for you guys. So yeah, so there's lots of great information there for you guys to look at and determine whether this is a machine for you. I think that it is probably your best bet for a mini excavator, depending on what kind of business you're in. I mean, you have all the specs there. You can pause the video and read them and such, and you can determine whether that is the specs you need. And if you do need more specs and such, just don't hesitate to give me another comment, post a comment to my video here and ask some questions if you like. So you know, no point in going out and buying and spending thousands of dollars on a name brand piece of machinery if you're going to be using something like this once in a while, even if you're using it all the time. I mean, you know, there's lots and lots of videos of people who have these machines. You know, some are good, some are good, some are bad reviews. But I mean, it depends on the operator. If you're a good operator, you take care of your stuff, well, this machine's going to last you for many years. And even if you do end up with problems, well, the parts and pieces are generic brand and you can fix it yourself. And the best thing about these machines, they have barely no electronics on them, so they make it more user friendly. So anyways, thanks for watching my little video here about this little one-ton mini excavator. And when I get my machines in, I'll be talking to you guys about them. And yeah, and going forward about other things. So if you're looking for a machine for your little business or your hobby farm or orchard or such vineyard, this is definitely a good piece of machinery to have. And yeah, thanks for watching. And this is MOB Farms, Orchard and Vineyard and Hobby Farm and Homestead excavator reviews. Bye for now.